Hi Cancer, welcome to your May love reading. So your May general is going to be out later this week. This is more focused on love relationships so that the two aren't getting watered down and we're having, bits and bobs here and things aren't really that clear. For you, interestingly, this month in May, when Uranus moves into Taurus, which is your 11th house, you're going to have an absolute plethora of planets in your 11th house. So a lot of your focus is going to be on your friendships and your external relationships outside your romantic sphere and family, like not blood ties, not necessarily commitments, that type of thing. Interestingly, it's a great energy for meeting people on the internet. For some people, the 11th house is a great energy for that. For others, it's meeting people through friends. It's all about developing your networking skills and people that you meet in different circles. Sometimes if your relationships aren't working out and it's to do with, you seem to keep going for the wrong people over and over, you can end up realizing you're looking in the wrong place and you're better looking out into another field or another network or joining a team or taking up a hobby, that type of thing. So we'll see what's going on for you this month, Cancer. With Uranus moving into that house, you could unexpectedly join a group. You could unexpectedly join a movement. You could unexpectedly move, just making big snap changes. That's going to be what you're thinking of in that area. Cancers are home birds. And sometimes you might just suddenly feel the urge to drop it all and move to an island. So we'll see what we have coming up for Cancer in love, Cancer in love, Cancer in love in May. So in the past position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Present position, we have Temperance. Three of Wands. Queen of Swords. The Star. The Empress. Nine of Cups. Eight of Swords. And the Six of Wands. And underneath we have the King of Swords. So we already have quite a few people in your reading, Cancer. So that ties in perfectly with the 11th house energy, with friends and contacts and associations. Network. People are going to be important. We have two queens, a king, and we have the Empress, which is motherly energy. It's a female energy. So let's move and see what cards we've got for you. So Queen of Pentacles, Temperance. I mean, for me, what I'm seeing here is a transformation in your personality from being one person to another, okay? What I mean by that is we have the Queen of Pentacles coming up as the past energy, and then how someone is seeing you, how your romantic interest is seeing you, is the Queen of Swords. And you're Queen of Cups, Cancer. So you're not coming across as who you really are here. Your present situation is Temperance, so I can see you weighing up the pros and cons of a situation. It's almost like you could be thinking about this love interest or this relationship that you're in, and you're thinking, what are the pros and cons of this? Is it fulfilling me? Do I need it? I mean, their thoughts in the situation seems to be that they want to move forward. But we've two threes here. So I'm feeling like there's something else coming into the picture. What they want with the Empress here is they want you to be, they almost want you to be motherly. You could be dealing with a relationship where you have to act motherly, where they're dependent on you. I mean, how they feel about you is the Star. They're so hopeful. You're like a dream come true, yet at the same time, they're seeing you as someone that's quite sharp, quite cold, quite logical. And Swords energy is just not Cancer energy. So why are you coming across as this when you're actually, more in line with the Empress? I feel like this is someone who, for a lot of you, this is someone you've just met that they seem great. But you're almost like, do they see you as something temporary? Like a conquest with the Six of Wands here? Do they see you as, wish fulfillment? Are they sort of coming at this with a more lighthearted perspective than you? Because they see you as strong. They see you as really tough. They don't think you need them. I feel like this could be an air sign and they're thinking you're really compatible, but you're maybe not showing your whole hand. This could be an air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And that's kind of how they're seeing you. It's almost like you're, if you're born on the 23rd of June, you're telling them you're born on the 20th. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're coming across as more of a Gemini energy. You're portraying yourself as witty and sharp and all this stuff and not needing them. You've been the type of person before to put investments down on relationships, to put in more effort, and now you're sort of coming across as like, oh, I can do the lighthearted thing, I can do casual. The advice for you is that if you do this, you're going to end up feeling very anxious and very trapped. With the 9 of Cups here, what you need to know about this person is they're not the full deal. They're not bad. They're not coming across as bad, but they're not getting the whole picture. They can't give you everything you want if you're not portraying yourself as everything you are. There's a victory coming up. I feel like this person sees you as a prize, but there's a danger here that you're holding back too much information about yourself. This isn't someone who shows their emotions easy. And you're coming across as that too. It's like, how do you know that you're the right match for them and they're the right match for you if you're not being honest from the start? People are so afraid of showing their hands nowadays. 10 of Pentacles. Well, even if romance is starting to worry you, Cancer, your financial system's looking pretty good. But I do see yourself sort of picking yourself or aligning yourself with people that are incompatible on an emotional level because you think they have so much going for them otherwise. I can almost see you going for people that are just that little bit off limits or unavailable. So you decided to appear a little bit more aloof or a little bit more standoffish, or you're cutting this person off, or like you're the star at the center of the reading. The star is amazing, but in romantic senses, it can sometimes denote a fear of abandonment. And I feel like someone in your life, romantically, or even friendship, seems to be afraid of being abandoned. It could be an Aquarian energy when it's beside the Queen of Swords here. But I do feel like there is a fear of being left. They're out looking for this star. You can only see stars at night, but they're still there. So you're sort of worried that people are coming and going, when in reality, maybe they've been there all along. It's just that they're not in sight. It's like what you're not seeing, you feel like is abandonment. So I feel like you've been really badly hurt before, Cancer, and it's coming through as you're putting up this wall and this defensiveness in order to protect yourself, when in actuality, it's going to end up making you lonelier. But with the 6 of Wands here, it's like you get over it. You channel this Empress energy. You feel more powerful and you feel more feminine and you feel more giving. And then you get the 6 of Wands. You have a victory. A celebration. It's sometimes the people that seem to be winning in life can seem the most attractive, but sometimes then that seeps into their relationships and they view their partners as conquests, or they view their partners as prizes. And you want to make sure you have something more authentic. If you are dealing with someone that sees you as a prize, like you're dealing with someone who's in a competitive profession, like a sports person, or like someone that works in deals, you make sure that you're not staying with them just because they're successful. Because you have to feel like a prize too. Like you have to feel like a prize first. Just because they're successful doesn't mean they're the ideal partner for you, and it doesn't define who you are. If you're with someone who's really successful and they cheat on you, that's not going to make, that's going to look awful, really. That's going to be horrible for you. Why do that? Don't stick with someone because they're successful or they seem to be everything else other than emotionally fulfilling for you. Sometimes there's the 6 of Wands here. I also feel like there can be an apology coming in from someone that did hurt you, that may make you feel better. I'm going to clarify the 6 of Wands because it's troubling me a little bit. I don't, I don't always love it as an outcome card for relationships. So let's see what we have for the Six of Wands. Clarification for the Six of Wands, or the clarifications for the Six of Wands. Clarification 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 for the Six of Wands. Yep. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. And underneath we have the Wheel of Fortune. So Cancer. Could be dealing with a Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Taurus. I do feel like Aquarius is coming through quite strongly in your reading, to be honest. But when I look at this, I also feel like you may be involved in a relationship where it's not the full package, okay? So this person seems great, they admire you, but they also seem to have like a superficial side. And I feel like you want to stay with them for the successes, but you need to realize that you are the ideal partner. You know, you give so much or whatever. You make sure that you're not shortchanging yourself in terms of emotional fulfillment. Because with the Eight of Cups here and the Five of Wands, it's almost like you're fighting for some quality that's missing in this person that maybe just isn't there to begin with, and you have to decide whether or not you can stay with this long term. I mean, they care about you. They really do. You know, there's no way around that. They do care about you. But there is a superficial aspect to this that I can't ignore. You need to make sure that you're staying with someone because you love them deeply and not because they seem a good fit for anyone else or a good fit on paper. So I will see you in May. General readings will be up by the end of the week. And thank you for all your likes and subscriptions. And I will talk to you soon, Cancer. Bye.